Hello everyone, my name is Keely. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before, and welcome to my summerween vlog. So summerween is a readathon hosted by Gabby from Gabby's Reads and Olivia from Olivia Reads a Latte, and I have always wanted to participate, but I've never been able to, and I didn't think that I would be able to this time around either, but a miracle happened and I am able to, and I am very, very excited. So this readathon takes place between July 15th to the 21st, and it is currently Thursday, July 14th as I am filming this, but I need to go ahead and film this intro because I have a busy, busy day ahead of me. And you might think busy and readathon don't go well together, but my busy day is perfect for a readathon. And let me tell you why. I am currently in South Africa and I am flying to San Antonio, Texas to go back home, and this is like a 30-hour travel day. My flight from South Africa to Newark is about 16 hours, and then I have like a 3-hour layover, and then I have like a 3-hour flight to San Antonio. So that means a lot of reading time if I can convince myself to not watch the free movies on the flight and read instead. So I do have all the prompts on my phone. I'm ready to tell you about them. I am ready to go, and I'm so excited. So I have recently discovered within the last year that thriller and horror is my favorite genre, and I still don't read enough of it because I am also like reading other genres, but this is a great time to read plenty of thriller and horror books. So here are the prompts and what I plan to read, my TBR, shall we say. The first prompt is to read a book in the dark or at night. And this is perfect because for my 16-hour flight, you know, they turn those lights off and it is like nighttime. So perfect. So for this one, I'm going to be reading Ring Shout, which is 185 pages. Now, I don't know a whole lot about this, but I think it is a horror book that involves the KKK, and it was up for like a Goodreads Choice Awards for horror one of the years that it came out. And this is perfect because it's short, so I can watch movies and I can read, and it'll be dark on the plane. So like, what better time to read a book at night than when it's dark and you're on a plane for 16 hours? The next prompt is to read a book with Halloween covers on the cover, and I plan on reading Stolen Tongues, which is 320 pages. Now, I first heard of this one because Gabby talked about it and said that it was actually so scary, and if there's one thing horror does not do for me is scare me, and I love being scared in horror, like that's the point. So I'm really hoping this one scares me, and as you can see the cover, there's like orange, black, purple, like all the Halloween colors, so looking forward to this one, and I really hope it scares me. The next prompt is to read a book with haunt in the title, and I'm going to be reading The Haunting of Ashburn House by Darcy. This one has 328 pages, so this one is the longest so far on my TBR. And this one recently a lot of people read because I think it was one of Gabby's picks for her book club, something like that. I recently saw a ton of people read it, and there were not a lot of books to choose from that like I had on my TBR with haunt in the title, but Darcy Coates has a few, and so I was like, well, I've been hearing about this one, might as well read it. This will be my first Darcy Coates book, and I'm actually hoping to do a video like reading some of her books, a taste test, shall we say, but I'm looking forward to this one very much. And the next prompt is to read a slasher, and so I will be reading Camp Slaughter, which is 290 pages. Once again, this is a book that I heard of from BookTube, and it is a slasher, and I am not a huge slasher fan. Like, slasher movies are just kind of like cheesy to me, so I'm hoping this one's good. I've heard mixed reviews because I've heard like the characters are not great, but we'll see. I'm excited. I think it's set like in a cabin, and I love cabin vibes, so hopefully I enjoy it. And the last prompt is not a reading prompt, but it is bake or make a treat with your spooky read. And of course, when I get home, I love baking, and so I'm gonna bake some celebratory cookies for traveling for a very long time. But I'm so looking forward to this readathon, and if I manage to get through those books, I do have some other books that I want to read that are on my physical TBR, so this might be a good excuse to pick up some physical TBR books as well, because all of these are Kindle Unlimited, I'm pretty sure. All of them, except for Ring Shout I got from my library, but all the other ones are Kindle Unlimited, which is not a problem, but it's not a solution either. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so because I am in South African time, I am going to start the readathon and end the readathon in 2 different time zones, so it's a little bit of cheating because I get like a few extra hours. But when I'm in the plane and my phone hits midnight, that'll be South African time, and so that's when I will start. And then of course I will be in Texas time when the readathon ends next week. But I'm so looking forward to this. Let me know if you participate in this. Obviously this video is going up after the readathon, so if you vlogged, participated, read anything, let me know. I would love to watch all the videos on this. But yes, let's do this. Let's get spooky. Okay, update time. I am clearly home. It is the second day of the readathon. It is July 16th and it is about 9 a.m. in the morning, and I had a very long travel day yesterday. So my flight from Cape Town to Newark, New Jersey was a little less than 16 hours, and then from Newark to San Antonio was a little less than 4. So I traveled for over 24 hours. You think that I would get a lot of books completed and read a lot. It would be a perfect way to start a readathon. I watched 6 movies on the plane. 6. I'm not going to talk about what I watched because I'm going to do a whole separate video, but I did find my favorite movie of all time. So yes, it took me longer than I had anticipated to finish my first book, but yesterday, on the first day, I did finish one book, and I finished Ring Shout, and I, unfortunately, did not like this book, like, at all, and I'm very sad about it. So this book follows a group of I don't even know how old they are, just a group of people in Macon, Georgia during the Prohibition and when the KKK kind of like rose in power, and they are monster hunters. So some of these KKK members are called Ku Kluxes, and they are actually like demon creatures, and so these characters actually hunt down these demon creatures and kill them. I have no idea what happened in this book. Like, I was confused from beginning to end. There was so much going on, and I had no idea what any of it was. I also really did not like the writing, and I think that is ultimately what hindered my enjoyment and made me so confused, is because the way this was written and the writing style, I just like could not follow along. I had no idea what was happening. There were so many characters and I had no idea who was who, what they looked like, character descriptions. Like, my mind was blank while reading this, and random like images would come in because I'd be like, oh, I can picture that, but I have no idea where we are, what's going on. It was a very confusing time, and I did not have a great time. So I gave this 1 out of 5 star, and I'm very sad about it because I was looking forward to this book so much. But yes, this completed the prompt to read a book in the dark or at night, because the plane was dark the entire time I was reading, and it was nighttime because I was like flying through the night. Ooh, that sounds ominous. But yes, so I did complete 1 book for this readathon so far. Now that I am home, I'm actually traveling again, but this time by car. So my sister is going to a running camp, and we drop her off about like 5-6 hours away depending on Texas traffic. So I'm going with them. We are leaving in about an hour, and we are spending the night there tonight. We drop her off tomorrow morning, and then we head back. So I will be in the car a lot, and I am not a car reader because I am a car sicker. I get very car sick even when I'm not reading, and so reading does not help. But because I am reading on my Kindle, it might be easier to read. I'm also gonna be in a car full of teenage girls on the way there, so it might be kind of loud. But I'm going to try to read because this is a readathon, people. We read, even when times get tough. But the next book I am planning on reading is The Haunting of Ashburn House by Darcy Coates. I wasn't sure what book I wanted to pick up next because I was kind of feeling all of them, and so I was like, I don't know. So I texted my best friend Katie from Katie's Book Nook, and I was like, you choose. And she chose this one for me. This will complete the challenge to read a word with haunt in the title, and I'm really excited for this. This is my first Darcy Coates book, and I have been wanting to read Darcy Coates for a while. Well, that's a lie. I recently heard about Darcy Coates, and since then I've been wanting to read their books, and they have a lot of them. So I'm also thinking about doing a video where I do the Darcy Coates taste test like I mentioned earlier in this video. So if you'd like to see that, let me know. I don't know anything about this book other than I think it's like a haunted house story, and I'm always down for that. I am always down for like spooky manners, so let's do this. Let's get started. Let's go on a little road trip, and hopefully I enjoy this book better than the first one. Okay, it's literally a few minutes since my last clip, but we're about to leave, and I just got a package, and I know it's in here, so I'm gonna open it on here. Oh, did I just cut the book? It's fine. Everything's fine. And so I wanted to open it because it fits with Summerween, and if I finish my TBR, I might pick up this book. So Let's see. Okay, no, I did not cut it. Good. Oh, okay. I'm very, very, very excited. Let me put the box down. Okay, so the book that I got was The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. This is getting mixed reviews, but I literally don't listen to anyone give reviews about Riley Sager books because I don't trust anyone because I love him. Okay, like Survive the Night, people hated that, loved it. Lock the Door, or Lock Every Door, loved it. Final Girls, they say that's his worst book. That's my favorite book of his, so like, nobody's opinion, but mine matters. Yes, House Across the Lake, his new thriller. Very excited. I'm hoping I can read this during this readathon, but we'll see. Ooh, I like the blue there. That's very beautiful. Okay, I'm very excited. That's all I can say. So, I don't care what anyone else says. I'm excited. Okay, hello, update. We just got to the hotel. It is about 4:50 p.m. and I did manage to actually read some of The Haunting of Ashburn House today. Like I said, I can't read a whole lot in the car because I don't want to get sick, but since I was reading on my Kindle, I picked it up every so often, and I'm on page 73, so I'm at 22% of the way through, so I am hoping to read more because we're just gonna basically stay at the hotel tonight. I think we'll probably go out to eat or something, but I have plenty of time to read in the hotel as long as I do that and don't watch YouTube. So hopefully I can do that. But so far, I don't have a whole lot of thoughts about it. Nothing spooky has happened in the 73 pages I've read so far. I am very much looking forward to the spooky because I can tell that it's coming, but it hasn't happened yet. We are already at the manor. There are some weird things, but not necessarily spooky things. But I can tell it's coming, and I'm excited, and I hope it's really spooky, and I hope there's a good, like, I don't know, mystery reveal type of thing, but we'll see. But yeah, I guess that's the update for now, and I will let you know when I have actual thoughts about the book. Hello, hi, welcome to day 4. I know, I did not update anything on day 3, but we were just driving all day. I did get to read some yesterday, but we literally woke up at 5 a.m., got home at like 7 p.m., so we were busy and driving all day. But I did get to read, so let me tell you, the last update I told you was day 2, and I was reading The Haunting of Ashburn House. I'm still reading that, but day 2, I managed to read up to 42% of it, and then yesterday, day 3, I managed to get to 63% of it. So even though we were busy and I was driving all day, I did manage to get to 63%. And this morning, I woke up at like 6:45 and I showered, so as I was waiting for my hair to dry, I've been reading The Haunting of Ashburn House. Hash brown house, okay, true. Am I hungry? Maybe. And I'm at 72% now. And honestly, this book is kind of mediocre, so not a lot has happened. Like, just now at like 70%, something started happening. There have been some spooky moments where like my heart kind of started racing and I was like, oh, is something gonna happen? And then nothing ended up happening. But I love the writing so much, and I definitely want to read more of Darcy Coates' books just because I love her writing. And there are short chapters, it goes by so quickly. But yeah, right now it's just kind of mediocre, not a lot is happening. But we'll see how it ends because I'm really hoping things get explained because I feel like something started happening and I'm like, are they gonna explain it, or is it just gonna be like, here it is? But yes, so I am planning on finishing that this morning. The marathon for the World Track and Field Championships is about to start. We have been watching that religiously, so track and field is like our life, and I actually know a few people that are competing in it, so I will definitely be watching that today. That was another reason why I didn't read as much yesterday, is because the entire drive we were watching the World Championships, and so the marathon starts in like 2 minutes actually, so I gotta wrap up this clip so I can put that on, watch the marathon. I'm going to hopefully finish The Haunting of Ashburn House this morning, and then I'm hoping to finish another book today actually, but when I finish this book, I'll let you know what I plan on reading. But yeah, now for the rest of the readathon, I have nothing to do. I'm going to be home all day, and I hopefully will get plenty of reading done. We'll see. Okay, so it is about 11:15 a.m. and I just finished The Haunting of Ashburn House. It took me a little bit longer than I expected because I got very into the marathon. I cried. It was great. But I don't think I actually explained what this book was about. It's kind of one of those, though, that you read the title and you basically know everything you need to know. But if you want to know a little bit more, this follows a woman named Adrian and her cat Wolfgang. And Adrian has been living on her friends' couches trying to find a place to stay with $3 in her bank account ever since her mom passed away. And then, lo and behold, of course, one day she gets inherited a house from a long-lost relative she didn't know existed, and the house is haunted. So that's all you need to know. Like I stated in my previous update, this book was kind of slow and not a lot happened. The last 30% really picked up and was pretty good. I was also nervous that we wouldn't get all the explanations, but everything was explained perfectly and it made relative sense, I guess. But I did like the explanation and I enjoyed how it wrapped up and how everything was finished. But like I said, it was very slow, not a lot happened, so it was just mediocre. I ended up giving it 3 out of 5 stars. Kind of disappointed, but like I said, I really love Darcy Coates' writing and I am very much looking forward to reading more from them, just because it was so much fun to read and so easy to read. But yeah, I'm hoping that I find a book during this readathon that I actually really like, because like I said, the first book, 1 star, second book, 3 stars, and the next book I am planning on picking up is Camp Slaughter by Sergio Gomez, and this is the slasher prompt. I have heard mixed things, so I'm nervous, and I've also heard that the characters are very unlikable, and I do not do well with unlikable characters, but we will see. At 11:35, my friend that we know is about to compete in the World Championship, so I'm going to be watching that. I think I'm going to edit a little bit of this video, and then I will start Camp Slaughter in the afternoon, and hopefully finish it. I think it's like 290 pages. Hopefully it's quick, and I can get another book done today, because I feel a little bit behind, because this weekend spent driving and everything, but 2 books completed. Not bad. We'll see what else I can do today. Okay, so I am 35% of the way through Camp Slaughter, but I have to stop reading right now because I have to charge my Kindle, but I am loving it. It is so good so far, and I'm really nervous that something's gonna happen that makes me not like it anymore. But 34% in, and I'm loving it. That's good. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about it, but I'm not gonna tell you, like, some of the stuff, because there's some stuff that I didn't know about it going in, and it was fun to, like, figure that out and like discover it, and I don't think they're necessarily spoilers, but just because I didn't know about it, I don't want you to know about it if you don't. But anyway, Camp Slaughter. So how do I describe this? Basically, there is a very secluded cabin in the woods in Pennsylvania, and people keep getting murdered and people go missing, and there's that. This book covers a lot of characters, and I was worried because there were so many people introduced and sometimes it can be hard to follow along, but so far I haven't had any problems following along like the different characters and remembering who's who. So each chapter is kind of from a different perspective. So one of the chapters is like people getting murdered. Another chapter is from a paranormal investigative like documentary crew of 2 people, and then another perspective is from a group of college students, I think they are, that are going to this cabin for a weekend party. So things are gonna get intense, I have a feeling, when these college students go there to party, because, I mean, of course, it's a slasher, like, things are gonna happen. But yes, I'm loving it so far. I'm not exactly hating any of the characters yet, so we'll see. I mean, they're not, like, super likable, but it's really not a problem. I feel like in slashers, no one's really that likable. But yeah, I'm loving it so far. We'll see how it goes. But I gotta charge my Kindle, so I'm gonna use this time to catch up on BookTube while it charges, because I'm severely behind on videos since living in South Africa and being super busy, and I didn't have like super great Wi-Fi in my apartment, so I'm like over a week behind, which means like hundreds of videos because I am subscribed to so many people. But I'm gonna do that right now, and then I will continue reading once my Kindle is at least like 50% of the way through charge. And hopefully I can finish it today. We'll see. And hopefully I continue to love it. Once again, we'll see. Good morning and welcome to day 5 of Summerween. First of all, excuse my hair. I ran this morning and so It's all wild. But as you saw in the B-roll, I have started Stolen Tongues because last night I finished Camp Slaughter by Sergio Gomez, and I gave it 5 stars. I really, really enjoyed it and had a great time, which is so funny because I'm not a huge slasher person, but I loved that aspect so much in this book. Like, it was just so great. People were dying left and right, and I loved it. I think in slashers, it's okay if people aren't as likable because you know they're probably gonna die. That sounds bad, but that's how I felt. These weren't the worst characters I've ever read, but they also, like, weren't great people, so it's like, oh, they died. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed it, and I really liked how fast-paced it was, and I enjoyed the writing, and bless the short chapters. I love short chapters, so I'm definitely looking forward to reading more from Sergio Gomez. I just really, really liked it, and I'm very surprised just because I heard mixed things. Like, I know Gabby gave it 2 stars, so I was scared, but I am finding out that me and Gabby actually don't have very similar reading tastes. Like, we read a lot of the same books, but some books that I rate high, she rates really low, and then some books she rates high, I hate. So, you know, maybe her 2-star rating was a good sign that I was gonna enjoy it. But yes, I have started Stolen Tongues. I've only read like 2%, so I don't really have anything to say. There is a talking bird though, and I just feel like that aspect is so creepy. So we'll see what happens. But I am very excited for this book. I think this is the book that I have like the highest hopes for as far as this readathon goes. But like I said, Gabby enjoyed it, so that makes me scared now that I'm not going to enjoy it. But we'll see. I really, really hope that it scares me and that it's actually like creepy. But yeah, I might make my treat today. I was gonna make it yesterday, but I just like didn't feel like it. I honestly might just do s'mores because you can't go wrong with s'mores, and I feel like spooky, like camp vibes is very s'mores. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna eat breakfast and then I'm gonna continue reading Stolen Tongues, and I will update you when I have thoughts on it. Okay, hello. I am 47% of the way through Stolen Tongues. I just finished part 2, so I thought it was a perfect time to update and kind of tell you what it's about now that I know. So we follow a engaged couple. I was gonna say married, but they're engaged, Felix and Faye. So that's interesting because the author's name is Felix, and I'm pretty sure his wife's name is Faye. So the characters are named after him, which at first I was like, okay, that's weird, but it also adds a creep factor that makes it seem like it's a true story. But anyway, they're an engaged couple. We follow them, and they go to a cabin to get away, and it is like a snowy, isolated setting. And as they are at this cabin, weird things start happening, and they start hearing voices. They hear people outside. They see a strange man outside. Like, things are weird, and so they leave as soon as they can, but the strange things start following them around. Yeah, this is pretty creepy. I'm not like, ooh, scared or anything, but I think that it is creepy, and there are moments that I'm like, if this was a movie and I was watching it with my eyes, I would have to sleep with the lights on. It's so weird, but like in a good way, and I can't wait to figure out like what's going on. I have a feeling something really bad's about to happen. I can't remember how many parts there are in this book, but like I said, I just finished part 2, so I am in part 3 now, about to start that. I might take a nap first because I am getting sleepy. I think I might still be a little bit jet lagged, but I am enjoying it so far. It's really good, really creepy. The writing isn't my favorite. I just feel like it's like very straight to the point and forward and not very descriptive. It's not horrible, it's just like very like this happened, then this happened, then this happened. You know what I'm saying? But yes, 47% of the way through. We'll see if I finish it tonight. There was no World Championships this morning, but there is a session tonight, so I will be watching that, and so I don't get to read as quickly when I'm watching track, but I don't know, we'll see if I can finish tonight, and I will update you. I'm not gonna make my treat today because I'm not feeling it, but maybe tomorrow. Definitely before the readathon's over, but we'll see. Welcome to day 6 of Summerween. I can't believe tomorrow is the last day, but last night on day 5 I did manage to finish Stolen Tongues by Felix Blackwell, and I really, really enjoyed it. So my last update, my feelings pretty much hadn't changed from that. I enjoyed it. It was creepy, and actually last night I did wake up in the middle of the night and I just like had this fear because of the book. It was one of those things that this book made you realize that the shadows in your room look a little bit different, or the noises in your house sound a little bit different. So I didn't have any nightmares, but I did wake up throughout the night like scared, like spooked, you know? So I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars and I'm really pleased. It was really creepy and I think this would be a great movie. I honestly think it was one of the creepiest books I've read, but I will say I did give it 4 stars because the way it wrapped up was pretty anticlimactic, for me at least. I feel like we had this major buildup and then everything was kind of wrapped up in one paragraph, and so it just was kind of anticlimactic, but I still really, really enjoyed it. So now, today, I am going to be starting The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. This will be my first physical book for this readathon, and I'm really excited because I've been trying to read more physical books because I keep just going back to ebooks. So what I know about this book is that we follow this woman, and I'm pretty sure she's an actress, and her husband recently passed away, so she needs to get away, and so she goes into stay at this cabin, and there's a lake. I heard that the lake's not very big, but there's a lake, and she sees this couple across the way, and she gets very interested, and I'm pretty sure she sees something that she shouldn't. Obviously, there's some mystery involved. I think someone dies. It is Riley Sager. It is a thriller, but that's what I know. I have loved every Riley Sager book I've read. Most of them have been 5 stars. Not all of them, though, but most of them have, and so I am looking forward to this one very much. Like I said, even if people don't like his books, I really don't listen. Like, that doesn't sway how I anticipated this book, or any book at all for that matter, because I'm like, even if you hate his books, I tend to love them, so I'm really excited. I don't know how long this book is, but I read his books fairly quickly, like actually really quickly, so we'll see if I can finish this today. The only challenge I still have for this readathon is to make a treat, so I will be doing that today probably. That way on day 7 I have every challenge completed and I'm just chilling, just vibing, just reading some thrillers, you know, good vibes only here, murder and mayhem. But yeah, I'm gonna eat real quick and then I'm gonna read The House Across the Lake. I'm also watching the Tour de France. They're on stage 17, I believe. Last year I got really into the tour, so now I watch it every year. I mean, this is only the 2nd year. But yeah, let's do this. I'm excited. I hope this book is good. I hope it's one of my favorite Riley Sagers. Even if it's not, I just feel like I'm still gonna enjoy it. I don't know if I could dislike any of his books, to be honest. All right, last challenge completed. I made my s'more. I have my book. I am like 52 pages in and I am enjoying it so far. I use different chocolate than I usually do, so I'll see if it tastes good. I'll let you know. Welcome to day 7 of Summerween. It is the final day and I do have a reading update for you. Yesterday I read to page 100, or no, not 100, 223 of The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager, so I will be finishing this today. It is about 10 a.m. I got up and ran this morning, took a shower, and I've just been catching up on some booktube this morning since I only have like 120 pages left and I know I can get through this. And I think this will be my last book. I'm not gonna start any other books just because this is the last day, and so it's pretty chill today. I don't want to go too in depth with my thoughts yet. I want to wait till I'm finished, but I am loving this. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me. Like, is there something wrong with me or is there something wrong with you? Like, why do I love all of his books when like so many people hate his books? Like, I don't understand. His writing is so addicting, but like I said, I don't want to go into my thoughts too much. But yeah, I'm filming in front of my mom's bookshelves actually because I'm trying to film in a different location every time for this vlog, and when I'm at home there's only so many places to film, but I don't think I've ever shown these. Actually, I know I've never shown these. But yeah, so I have this much left to read, and the part that I stopped at last night was the first plot twist. So if you've read Riley Sager, you know that he has several plot twists in his book, and the one I read last night was the first one, and it was good. It was good. I can't wait to see where this is going because a lot of people say that they hate the twist. But like I said, I'm loving this book when so many people didn't, so maybe I'll love the twist too, who knows. But yeah, I guess I'll update you when I'm finished with it. Hello everyone, final update. I finished The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager, and I literally do not know what people are talking about. Like, I genuinely think there's something wrong with me. Or maybe it's just everyone else, but like, this was so good. Like, seriously, why are people disliking his recent books? Because I am obsessed with them. I love them. All of his books are so, so good. So let me tell you my actual feelings about this. So I could not put it down. I thought it was so intriguing the entire way, and there were of course, all the twists and turns, and I loved every single one of them. There was a twist in here that I was like, ooh, there's the twist. And then it like twisted again. And I was like, I know he does that, but he gets me every single time. And his writing is so addicting. I love, love, love Riley Sager's writing. And I was worried because the main girl in this book is an alcoholic. And so I don't drink. And so I wasn't looking forward to like reading from someone who is struggling with alcoholism. But it really did not bother me at all. And like, I was really surprised by that. But yeah, I thought it was fascinating. I really love the setting. I love being around a lake, and it was like set in October, I believe, so it was like spooky fall vibes, and I just really, really loved it, and I thought it was executed so well. So initially I was like 5 stars, 5 stars, but I don't think that it lines up with my favorite Riley Sager books, but it's not my least favorite, so I think I'm gonna put on Goodreads 4 stars, but just know between me and you, it's like 4.5 stars. I really enjoy this, and I am just so surprised that no one else does. Like, if you enjoyed this book, please let me know so we can talk about it, because I'm truly like, I'm Riley Sager's biggest fan, because he could do no wrong, honestly. Loved it so much. But it is like 2 p.m. here, and I still have plenty of time to read more in this readathon, but I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up because I'm also going to film some other videos, and I'm probably just going to take a break from reading tonight. But yeah, so let's go over like what I read this week. So I completed 5 books, which I'm pretty pleased with. I was hoping to do more, but like I was really busy and traveling, and so 5 books is really, really good, especially because at the beginning of this month I didn't read a whole lot because I was in South Africa. So anyway, the first book I finished was Ring Shout. This was the shortest book and also my least favorite book. I gave this one 1 star. And then I finished The Haunting of Ashburn House. This one was kind of mediocre, but I did enjoy Darcy Coates' writing, and so I gave this one 3 stars. And then I read Camp Slaughter. No, I read Stolen Tongues first. No, did I read Camp Slaughter first? You know the order, you watched this whole video. Anyway, we'll talk about Camp Slaughter, which was probably my favorite book of this video. I don't know, it's between Camp Slaughter and The House Across the Lake, but I gave Camp Slaughter 5 stars. It's just hard. I feel like I rate based on vibes. And I couldn't give The House Across the Lake a full 5 stars because, like I said, it wasn't to like the exact level as Riley Sager's 5-star books. But anyway, Camp Slaughter, 5 stars, absolutely loved it. Such a good slasher. Stolen Tongues, super creepy, like was scared during the night. Had a really great time with this one as well. It was very atmospheric and very, very creepy, and I gave this one 4 stars. And then of course, The House Across the Lake, 4.5 stars. But I am so pleased with my reading this week. I love thriller and horror books, and I definitely want to make more time to read them because it is my favorite genre. But yeah, let me know if you participated in Summerween and if you vlogged, because I just want to watch all the Summerween vlogs. And if you made it this far, go ahead and leave a little ghost emoji because I'm obsessed with ghosts and Summerween, obviously. But yeah, let me know if you participated, what your favorite book was that you read this week. And that's it for this video. As always, all my social media links will be down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye!